Where's your little like song that you start off with?
Oh yeah. Oh no, good point. I forgot the theme song.
Oh no, because we didn't get
do that
Jay-Z.
anyway?
Jay-Z didn't inbox us with a...
We sound so white.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jay-Z didn't contact us back.
Didn't contact us back.
Oh well. Yeah, sorry. This is the Dark Side of Pluto podcast. I'm Paris.
And I'm Adam.
And this is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
What number are we up to? 5?
5? Yeah.
I think probably. I think
five
this
or
is probably the
six,
5 and
five
5th.
or 4.
I think this is probably the 5th on the
YouTube
YouTube channel.
5th sounds good.
Yeah.
So, what did we do? We saw Mission Impossible.
Yeah, topic for the week will mostly be Mission Impossible 5.
Yes.
A little bit of Mission Impossible. The other ones, I'll talk a little bit about those. Just, like, I'll probably bring them up at some points, because there are some really good ones and some really terrible ones, too. If you've seen that, you'll know what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, today we'll start with a little bit of news. I'm not sure. I might do a personal anecdote first, and then news, because I've got something really annoying I want to bring up.
What's that?
It's this. I don't know. It's this thing that happened to me this week, right? And it's happened before, and it's probably happened to everyone. And it's really, really gets on my tits. Oh, sorry.
That was me.
That was a chair.
That was a chair. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So, you know, when people, you get a call and you're like, you miss it for whatever reason. Like, by a second. Like, you go to pick up your phone.
I hate that. And it's just like...
You go to pick up your phone and it's gone. It's gone. Like, the call's gone. So, and then you immediately call them back. Yeah. Right? And they don't pick up. Like,
it's like you adjusting your phone.
Like, what have you done in like the 2-second interim in which you I failed to pick up the phone and then I call you back?
Pressing the redial.
Were you just like standing on the top of a like active volcano? You didn't. I refused to pick up and you chucked your phone into the fiery jet.
It's like, fuck this.
Sorry, that just really gets on my tits. I know it's a thing that's happened to everyone.
Was this like a work call or is it a?
I'm not gonna name names.
You're not gonna name names.
You know who you are out there if you're listening.
The whole 5 viewers.
You know who you are, frankly. That just really pisses me off. It's so annoying. It's like, what are you doing?
Does.
What happened?
You know what? I actually try to like extend the setting of how long my call can go for, but every time I try, it goes back to the default. I think mine's like 25 seconds.
I had no idea you could do that.
That's
really cool.
Wow!
That's really cool.
You've only learned that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, you can try and like look up just. Well, he has an iPhone, so just look up like how to extend iPhone.
Okay. I'll have a look. That may rectify that problem.
Maybe.
Still though,
but still, it does piss you off.
Yeah,
it always
like, what are you doing? It's like if I'm on my phone trying to call someone, I don't immediately like when they fail to pick up. I either try to call them again or like wait there for them possibly to. Well,
back, so like you get.
I tried some other means of contact, which means I will still be on my phone, not like. Yeah. Filling it into an active volcano for fuck's sake.
My parents and I do that actually quite a bit where my parents will like call me and they'll miss the call or something like that and then I'll call them back but they call them at the same time so it's like that call like
this is the biggest first world problem.
I know, right? Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that little personal vendetta.
A little rant.
Yeah. So topic for today, Mission Impossible 5. First, I want to start with a little bit of news. Well, it's not really news. It was sort of news earlier in the week and then has now become not news anymore.
But you're just going to use it because...
I'm gonna say it anyway because it was a possibility. The Gambit movie coming out in 2016.
Yes!
With Channing Tatum.
Yes, I have heard of this.
Earlier in the week, it was sort of rumoured, or like pretty much confirmed that he was off the project for like... He'd been like, Channing Tatum had been confirmed for a very long time. He was at the San Diego Comic-Con panel for X-Men and everything like that because he's obviously going to be playing Gambit. And early in the week, it was all the news sites were reporting that Gambit's off, Channing Tatum's off the project. They're going to get someone else. They're going to have to recast him or whatever. But then about 3 days later, it completely turned around again. He signed like 7 picture deals and it's all back on. So I'm happy about that.
That's the one with the cut, like he can...
Yeah, he's got the weird sock face.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a weird mask. I know there's probably a lot of Gambit fans out there that want to shoot us in the face.
Well,
there's not. There's like 3 people in total listening. So
one
of them might like Gambit.
Might know who he is, not even like him.
But either way, I quite liked Taylor Kitsch's version of Gambit in the X-Men Origins film. He was like that film in overall was fucking awful. I didn't think his performance was awful as Gambit. He didn't have the cool costume. I say cool.
Was that when he was there was a fight scene
in an alleyway?
Alleyway. That's the only.
And he had like a stick.
Yeah, he had a stick that
and some
went
cards.
2 and cards and
And then he like climbed up a wall with his stick.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. That was kind of weird. Whatever. But so I mean, the question I was going to ask, in the eventuality that we hadn't had this second bit of news that Gambit was definitely going to be played by Channing Tatum, who you possibly like to see take on the character, but I guess that's null and void.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
So now it's just.
I was just gonna like make up some stupid ones.
Who would be actually?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he's great at everything though.
He's already Doctor Strange though, and he would be a terrible Gambit.
But he's just great at everything. He was Sherlock, and he was so good.
Yeah, I'm a Benedict Cumberbatch fan, just because his name.
It's so
Ex
good.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
The Cumberbitches.
The Cumberbitches. Bundidict Humbersnatch. Just anything. You can just say any selection of words. And the fact that he can't say penguin is amazing. Like, he can't say it. He says penguins. It's so good. I love it. The fact that he can't... Yeah, I don't know. He's such a great guy. He seems so down to earth, you know? I don't know. He seems totally mental. But whatever. He looks kind of like an alien.
He does a little bit.
Anyway.
Very posh.
So, yeah, Mission Impossible 5. We saw it yesterday.
We did.
Event Cinemas in George Street.
Yes,
Sydney.
we did. Oh, we're giving them our address, are we now?
Well, not dress.
Well, that's what
the fact that there's like 20. There's like how many people? 3 million people in Sydney. I think So.
Where the two
you can narrow it down. Narrow it down. Just there are 3 million people there.
We were in George Street at some time.
Yeah, at some point.
The past day. That's
it.
There you go.
That's it. So Mission Impossible 5. Should we go through the plot?
I think we should do
just
a quick
spoiler-free
Yeah,
plot.
spoiler-free.
Plot summary. Do you want to take the reins?
I don't mind. Yes, I can.
I mean, it's a pretty complicated plot.
Although
without spoiling anything, I guess.
I've got a plot sort of summary on my phone.
The plot synopsis without spoilers is quite simple, I'd say.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I'll just read off what I think. So it was about Ethan Hunt, which is played by Tom Cruise.
What a great man. What do you think of Tom Cruise in this one?
You know what I was sick of? Like, I don't mind him. It's just that there was a photo that emerged on Facebook where they showed the line of symmetry.
Yeah, he's got the tooth in the middle of his face.
That pissed me off.
For those of you who don't know this,
we'll put up a photo.
You probably no, we won't.
Yes, we will.
Because I'll have to do some editing. I'm not gonna do. Actually, no. I probably could do that.
You could.
Come on,
it's not that. Yeah, it's like.
So if you're watching this, you should probably be able to see the photo. It's just picture of Tom Cruise's face.
Yeah.
And like his teeth aren't like symmetrical.
They're not in the
almost perfectly asymmetrical in that he's got one tooth directly in the middle of the face, and apparently.
That pissed me off. I don't know why. I think because I've seen it before. So it's like. I can't unsee it.
You can't see it, yeah.
But that's cool.
Anyway,
carry on.
Quickly.
So,
we'll just run through the plot quickly.
Yeah. So he, as part of the IMF, is now discontinued and he now goes rogue. The Syndicate, which is a group that emerges.
That's sort of unconfirmed at the start. It's like
it's sort of like
the start is it sort of opens with Alec Baldwin's character, who's the new head of the CIA. Head of the CIA or whatever. He is sort of attempting to disband the IMF and is successful in disbanding the IMF because of their reckless behaviour, I guess.
They use like the Syndicate as like an excuse because it was not confirmed.
And when he was talking about like the points that he was making, that most of their like the times they win are sort of based on luck. I was like, he does make quite good points.
It
like,
does.
If you previously watched the last Mission Impossible movies, there's one which it sort of ends up in a car park, and I don't know. Yeah, the point is, I think Alec Baldwin's character was it's kind of justified in his attempt to shut down the IMF. Oh, that's something.
What's that?
IMF. I did not know that stood for Impossible Mission Task Force or Impossible Mission Force.
Really?
That's what IMF. Yeah, he said it in the film. I had no idea. That sounds so stupid.
I actually thought it was at first because. For some reason, because I'm a physics student, I thought it was actually a type of wavelength or something. Like
IMF.
I don't know. It sounds like
I don't know. Yeah, that does. But
frequency and IM frequency.
Well, IMF. It sounds so much stupider now that I know it stands for Impossible Mission Impossible Mission Force, which makes the Syndicate even more because they're meant to be an anti-IMF. Yes. So they just the possible mission force.
So they do everything they can.
They just are sent out on and sort of errands that are very easy to do. Just like Tim, go get some bread. It's like, well, I mean, sure. Yes, sure, that's very possible. We could definitely do that.
Yeah, that's actually great.
I honestly had no idea it was a Impossible Mission Force. It sounds so silly now. Anyway,
they plan to use terrorist attacks to establish a new world order, which sounds completely bonkers.
Spoiler?
No, not really. That was on the synopsis. I just sort of copy paste right there. So then Ethan gathers his team and joins forces with, I don't know how to pronounce the name again. I did this last week with the Pym particle.
What, Rebecca? Ida Faust.
That's it. Ida Faust.
Ida Faust, I believe her name.
Well, Rebecca Ferguson.
She's played by British. Is she? I don't know if she's British, but she's got a British accent. Yeah, so she does. Possibly British.
And a disavowed British agent who may or may not be a member of the deadly rogue nation.
Yes.
Boom.
So essentially, we've got Alec Baldwin and Jeremy Renner's character sort of attempting to find Tom Cruise throughout the film while he is attempting to sort of find out about this rogue nation and find out more information. What I found interesting was that sort of a lot of people think in the film that Tom Cruise is crazy for just sort of like in real life. He's actually more crazy in real life than he is in the film.
Pretty much. Like you can see the opening scene when he jumps onto the plane, just like jump on crazy as.
Yeah, crazy as fuck. So, in general, what general thoughts? I thought it was good.
I liked it. Yeah,
it was very enjoyable.
It was actually it's actually my first Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, you never seen any?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of them.
So I thought you'd seen snippets of.
I've seen like the snippets of like say Mission Impossible. Ethan, like, you know how he's lowered down by the roof, like with a
the famous
like those sorts of things. But I haven't actually seen the whole film, so.
Well, if I'd rank the Mission Impossible films, I'd probably put the best one is still 4 for me, which is called Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. That was directed by Brad Bird.
That was only a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2012 possibly, 2011 maybe. Either way, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was directed by Brad Bird, same director as Tomorrowland recently, The Incredibles, and he directed The Incredibles and something else I can't remember. I'm gonna get shit for that. But yeah, no, Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, really good film. Would recommend. The third one, we'll go back. We'll just sort of go back.
Yeah.
Third one, it's alright. It's pretty good. It's directed by J.J. Abrams, same guy who did Star Trek, the new Star Treks, and he did like his company's Bad Robot, and he's done a lot of other stuff. And he's a famous director. Everyone knows J.J. Abrams. Second one is John Woo, which is the worst Mission Impossible film.
John Woo.
It's directed by John Woo. He's I don't know. Actually, we'll talk about this later. Second Mission Impossible, awful. Don't bother with it. There's a lot of doves. There's a lot of masks, and there's a lot of stupidity. And the first one's it's more grounded. Like the most recent ones have been very sort of grandiose and very sort of spectacular with the stunts and everything. But the first one's still a very much more of a grounded spy thriller with a sort of single, very interesting piece. And I'll tell you that about the last scene of the first one is ridiculous. There's a helicopter down a tunnel and a big train, and it's real fast. Mate, you don't know.
Really? What?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyway, they're all good except for 2. 2's awful.
2's awful. Don't watch it. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah. Don't watch it. Anyway, we'll get back to 5. 5.
Yeah.
As I say, personally really enjoyed it. The action sequences were all very impressive. Especially, I think it may have suffered from putting the. This is sort of minor spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. The scene you see in the trailer with the aeroplane and that is actually the first action sequence. That is the first. They did that with
Avengers actually as well. You thought that when they all come together and like they did that at the entrance.
Yeah,
they did that in the trailer as well.
So. This is actually, which is a good thing in that the trailers didn't really show anything of the third act of the film, which is something that's problematic. So they don't really spoil anything, the trailers. However, there is the issue of the best, essentially the best action sequence in the film, possibly except for the motorcycle chase later, is set at the first. So you sort of in the action sense, you may have peaked.
So you're already like at the top, and then as you go down, you're sort of like,
there's only one way down. I think it may have suffered from that, possibly, but either way, the first action sequence is very thrilling, and the rest of the film, it holds up pretty well. All the performances are really good. What do you think about the villain?
Well, he didn't have bald hair, so...
He wasn't bald,
no,
but he didn't have a chin. He had no chin.
He didn't.
You noticed that? I realised that. I was sort of halfway through, and he's talking. It's like, the fucker doesn't have a chin. He just doesn't. It's so strange.
So now we have to change it to all bald men are equal. Plus, if you have
some weird genetic deformity, like,
okay,
but not like sort of horrendous, just sort of like minor genetic flaw, like no hair, no chin, maybe sort of half an ear,
cut off a nose, sort of somewhere, or like scar in the eye,
maybe like I don't know, whatever. Maybe like a slight webbing of the toes, as some people have. Yeah, just always got webbed toes. He's a villain. He had a very, very menacing voice, which was good. I thought he was a good villain, personally.
I was sick of the twitches of his eye.
I quite like that.
I quite like that. I thought it was like... it shows that he was crazy sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't know.
what we're just saying is that the villain, whenever Tom Cruise sort of foiled a plan of his, or
Yeah.
he had a plan foiled in the film, there would be he would sort of twitch his eyes, has sort of these weird twitches in his face and stuff like that.
Another
sort
deformity, whatever it is.
I don't know. Is it twitch a deformity?
I don't know.
I think it's just
Probably not,
I mean, I guess he added those to his character. I thought personally, I didn't mind them. I thought they were sort of fine. They sort of added his. He had a very pent up rage kind of feel. I feel like he had a sort of he was holding back a lot of anger.
Yeah, he did seem that.
He was just holding back all his anger. Just let it
And
out.
then sort of like
let it out.
spoiler
what's
of the final thing, how he sort of just I'm not gonna say it's okay.
We're going to spoilers in a second.
Yeah,
very briefly.
All right.
Because the non-spoiler section, we'll probably keep it brief. So villain, really good. All the performances really solid. We had Ving Rhames back.
I loved how I love Jeremy Renner. I can't think that he was Hawkeye though, but
He's
still.
good. Yes,
I was like, oh come on, get your phone.
He does play a similar character. I feel like
he does,
which is
he
good.
Always
which is
plays
good.
those. He always
sort of
plays the spy. Like,
yeah,
he did
but a kind of like everyman kind of spy. Like you're sort of relatable, but
he's played Mission Impossible. He's played.
He was in The Bourne.
The Bourne, that's the one I was trying to think of. The Bourne,
yeah.
the new one. I didn't like that film, but still.
No, it wasn't very good.
Yeah, but still, he was the spy in that, and he was the spy in Avengers. He's the So he always plays the spy.
Yeah. What do you think of Rebecca Anna Faust? Did you like the character?
I did, except because of the because all know that I'm an Avengers fan. I love it. I kept reminding me of Black Widow.
Oh really? She had a
very she was the assassin-y sort of type of which she can. She's very pretty, but then she's like.
I guess so. However, the issue with that is you fall into a trap of you compare every sexy spy woman to Black Widow.
Black Widow.
She's a woman in a film. She's Black Widow. It's like no, come on. I thought
I did really like.
I mean, she had an accent.
Yeah,
she had a different accent to Black Widow, so
she did.
She was a different character, therefore. No, I liked her. She had a very. I thought her action sequences were very believable as her character. It wasn't like she was like this badass character that you didn't really believe could do any of the things. I think she was very convincing in her role. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so I mean, we'll probably jump into spoilers in a second, just to keep it buzzing because we're already pretty far in. I'm not sure. Can you check?
How long are we? It's like This is like over halfway.
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Yeah,
because we had the rant at the start.
Little rant. So we'll cut off spoilers here. We'll give general. What did you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really liked it.
It's got a fun pace. Keeps a very nippy pace, which is good. All the action sequences are good. All the performances are good. It's not going to win any Oscars or any
I don't
awards,
think so. No,
but I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think. I'm interested to see who will direct the next one because all the
there's a next one.
Well, I imagine if this makes enough money, they're gonna make a next one. And Tom Cruise said he wanted to play the character until he was like 90 or something. So
90.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking.
Well,
like
I imagine
bones.
that might be a little bit of an exaggeration.
Maybe.
But
yeah.
I still think I mean I'm fine seeing more because the interesting thing about the Mission Impossible films is Tom Cruise chooses a new director for each film.
Oh really?
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So each film has had a different director, and in some cases not great. Like John Woo was a bad choice for the second one. However, I mean we've had J.J. Abrams, Brad Bird, and now this new guy who I can't remember, which is really embarrassing, but who gives a fuck anyway?
No one's listening.
I know he directed Jack Reacher, a previous Tom Cruise film.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually seen it.
No, it's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. It's very Tom Cruisey. Tom Cruises it up a lot. He really Tom Cruises it up. I'm not sure what that means. It probably means something to someone somewhere. Maybe Tom Cruise. Maybe. He flies around. Flies around a big old spaceship with his midichlorians or whatever they believe in. I don't know what scientists will believe in. Midichlorians are a Star Wars prequel thing, but whatever. So, really enjoyable.
Yep.
I'm keen for the next one. Sure, whatever. Go see it. I personally preferred it to Ant-Man.
No, even though the plot thing, still, I like Ant-Man. I think just because I'm biased, but anyway. Okay.
So, hi guys, this is Paris. Due to the sheer quantity of quality content we produce in this one Mission Impossible sitting, I had to split the video up into two sort of 20-minute parts. If you want to watch the second part, I'm sure there's a button around that you could probably click on just to watch it. It's a spoiler section, so yeah, if you just don't care, just go and watch it. I don't know, we try to be a little bit funny, I guess, but please watch it. I live for this. Anyway, bye.